Hey, Mr. Wright. Look who's standing at the chief of detective's desk. It's Police Chief Gant.
And you're sure this is all, You know what it means if there's anything missing.
Sir, I'm sure it's both totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers. Lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats. Under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine.
I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal?
Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered.
Oh, righto, my boy. How have you been? Swim much?
Oh, Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you still learning here, Mr. Wright?
Emma, I don't want to get turned into stone, okay? What do you mean by that, righto?
Is Edgeworth going to be okay?
Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know they're just doing a little inquiry committee with him.
Sounds like an inquisition.
Yep, well, we've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year.
You mean the incident on Gore Lake?
It doesn't look good having our top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, righto?
Von Karma.
Alleged he was. Undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence.
Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence.
In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of a turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what the inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy.
What?
It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed in their own turf, too, I mean.
They're being the prosecutors, I assume. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible.
Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Women was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says.
What evidence is this?
How now, Rhino? I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it.
Wasn't expecting much anyway.
You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives' trap shut.
Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier?
Huh? You saw that? Whoops.
I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we could kind of secretly ask him.
Well, let's see if we can. There's one a few times where you actually had to talk to him. Oh, sorry you had to see that.
What exactly did the chief of police want you to do?
Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. He took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can.
So, nothing belonged to Detective Goodman is still there?
Of course not. Well, except for this.
What? You kept something?
Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete.
A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something?
The date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of it just in case.
Half written. Can only be submitted to the chief of police. Ready? We should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene.
Well, let's ask.
Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor.
Well, I never thought the day would come when Rhino asked me for help.
I was wondering if you could investigate the evidence room.
Son, you've just chosen death. Now, Rhino.
Actually, I'm sorry. I don't really need to investigate after all.
Rhino, please. Do I look like a selfish man?
Huh?
Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out.
Just goes to show, you never know until you ask.
And for you, here, you can borrow this.
Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it.
Yes, sir. It's an honor.
You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. Now evaporate into air.
It looks pretty good on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir. Because, sir, we get to go to the evidence room now, sir.
I think this place is a bad influence on the girl.
Well, we're still able to investigate, so let's go ahead and take a look.
The evidence room is beyond that door.
And we have the ID card from Chief Gam. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha. The card reader's turned off, see?
I don't know why I didn't just press it before.
Well, what is that security guard thinking?
Howdy, partners. Well, what's meant by Bambina skies so gray?
Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him? What's this? Why does it have to be him, look for?
As you may have summarized, this here's my saloon.
We're here to investigate the crime scene.
Yee-haw! That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts.
Yee-haw!
Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. There's a crime scene waiting. Looks like the card reader's on again.
While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions.
Sorry, cowboy. I got no mind to tangle with you, hombres.
You're busy then?
Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you.
Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us, hombres.
Too bad, because hey, we ain't gonna talk. But I guess I'll just have to eat the steak all by myself.
Actually, you know what? A chicken fried steak. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I kind of wish, like, I could find a chicken fried steak again, because, like, I used to eat those a lot as a kid during, like, grade school, and man, those were good.
Anyway, that smell. Reminds me of Texas.
So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas?
No, I just saw a special on television the other day. I'm actually a time-traveling lord. I literally just came from the Wild West. I was in this, like, car and everything, and some guy with the white hair brought me back, and I guess I'm just stuck here now. Anyway, this is from my baby.
Yeah, Miss Starr.
What's this?
What? What's wrong?
Village steak lunch. I see.
I don't see. I wonder what it means.
Alrighty, Bambina. You win. Anything. Finally, it seems like
he's willing to talk.
Well, that was impressive. Anyway, let's talk to him.
Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right?
Got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, but I'm grateful for it.
Actually, Officer Meekus at the detention center told us.
That poor little doggy. Poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly.
He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station.
Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. Since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it may not look good, but I lost my fire for the job, you know?
So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I reckon I was galloping down a highway on the back of my steed, Zippy.
No, he was riding down on a highway on his horse named Zippy.
There's no need for people here anyway. These newfangled machines do a banged-up job keeping an eye on the place.
You mean the security cameras?
I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli to sneak into your steak, you know? I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen.
Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steak. The easiest ones to understand here is the security cameras.
Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned.
Nothing happens. The tapes are automatically erased every few hours.
And Officer Meekin and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes?
I reckon there might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. That's the card reader by the door. The card leaves a record of every ID that passes through. the ID card record.
Hey, I've seen that somewhere before.
Sorry, Bambina. Can't show you more than that.
Huh?
I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before.
Maybe there's some way to prove that record is tied to stabbing. Yes, actually, if you did notice the record, I think there is a way we can prove it, alright.
See this? This is the victim's ID card.
The one that was on the ground in the parking lot? The number on this is 584-2189.
Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Look, the fourth number. It's a perfect match.
It was used at 514, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cars in the world.
So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
Wait, what did Officer Meekins say?
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show him his ID card? What did he do?
That's the thing. Suddenly, he flashed at me.
Mr. Wright, I don't remember that part. I do. If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Oh my god, I would have never thought of that. Anyway.
Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago.
It's always my dream to be a high wrangler on the scene of the crime. It's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire.
You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you?
That was my case. It's all solved on the record books. It smells like a bad game of poker. Can't let it go. That's all there is to it.
What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us exactly what happened.
There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambino. Anyway, that case was officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case. That's right. The evidence transferals. Actually, was talking about the transferals, too.
Sorry, but can you explain what this whole transferal thing is about?
Keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see?
So what happens to the evidence after 2 years?
It goes to sleep forever in an underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February.
I see now.
Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again, never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Alright. Well, I think we can move on, so let's finally check out this evidence room. It's quiet. The investigation must be over there. Oop. Hey. Hey, look everybody, look who it is. He's just in time.
Hi, folks. Sorry
Yeah,
I'm late.
No, it's alright. Alright, so, I don't know how much you've seen during the stream, but you did miss a couple stuff and everything, but thankfully you're actually here just in time. We're actually just ready to start, investigating the, evidence room, the, place where apparently, Detective Goodman was supposedly killed.
Okay, yeah, I was watching a little bit of the stream. I was getting my stuff ready while you know.
Yeah. So basically, just to give you a little, in a nutshell, case of what's happening so far and such. So basically, they think that the person who killed Goodman in the evidence room was Officer Mike Meekins and such. We went to the detention center, talked to Meekins.
And basically, he said what happened was that, he didn't know that, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. So when he went to the evidence room, he asked Goodman to show his ID card. But instead of Goodman showing the ID card, he pointed a knife at Officer Meekins. And the next thing Meekins knew is that, basically, while firing out Detective Goodman, he blacked out. And that's how he ended up arrested and was in the detention center.
Okay.
Yeah. And basically, also we went to Marshall and such, and we got a new evidence as well too. Let's see, it's right here. We just got the IT car record, and Detective Goodman it does look like that Detective Goodman did show up at 5:14 p.m. So we do know that he was in the evidence room and such. So we got one evidence. And we also got another piece of evidence, basically that Goodman has lost something on the actual day that he was murdered, but we don't know what he lost because he only had written it and such.
Alright.
Yeah. So basically right now we're just in the evidence room checking things out, and basically as soon as we get down over here, I think the only thing we're going to do is just the investigation scene, and then we'll just do the trial next time. So basically, it looks like that it might be a little bit of a short session, but we should still have fun.
Alright.
Alright, so whenever you're ready, go ahead and read your lines.
And here we go. The voice transformation starts now.
So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Well, technically, it looks like a fucking graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me.
Emma, look, a goose!
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, they bumped it. Okay.
Sorry, I thought you were Emperor Palpatine.
You confusing me with Palpatine? Never mind. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. Because they don't exist.
Says you, tell that to Luigi.
Poor Luigi, though. He gotta forces him to do stuff even though he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
I always feel bad for him. I'm waiting for the day where Luigi gets his revenge against EGAT, and he basically forces him to do the ghost hunting.
Actually, you never know. It might actually happen. You never know.
Yeah. So, is it true what I heard?
Is it true that Luigi's Mansion wasn't supposed to exist? Rhino, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give him $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true.
So chief of police scammed. Will loan anyone $50? Even me?
Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today.
Just for today?
Boss for a day, I just...
Boss for a day?
What? Hey, that was a really good impression of me, Emma. Wow, I'm really impressed. Emma was doing a really good job doing impressions of me. What else is gonna happen next?
But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're a boss for a day.
Gee, thanks.
First of all, you all want to have this.
Alright, well, we got the layout of the floor plans of the evidence room. Take a look at it real quick, why not? So, yeah, basically is what it is. It should basically look like a Tetris piece. That's all you need. That's all you need for an evidence room. Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk to him for a bit.
So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for today?
That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial.
In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again.
I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. Once and for all. In my own evidence locker, pal.
You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open?
Let's talk about that.
This place is more high-tech than you can imagine. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it.
Using their ID card?
Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I
agree
mean
there.
that's true. I've actually so far I've only so far by the time from the amount of time I was in school, there was only one moment where I lost my ID card once, and that was it.
I've never lost it, thankfully, because I always got paranoid. I always got paranoid that I never stopped touching my pocket to make sure it was still there.
Yeah. That's a good idea right there. Yeah.
I still do it to this day. Whenever I have only the credit card in my pocket.
I mean, same here. Like, pretty much, I also carry my ID card around a wallet and everything.
Yeah. Anyway.
Why on my third card since I'm on my third card since entering the force already?
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can lose my own right hand.
I mean, unless someone saws it off, but still.
Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingertip. Fingerprint, my bad.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
all right, Paul. We always fumble on our words.
Yeah.
Anyway, exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coated with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own.
By the way, that picture that Detective Gumshoe has right there in his locker, remember her for later.
Remember her for later?
Yeah. Remember her for later. She's gonna be important later. Not in this case, but we will be actually seeing her in the near future.
Okay, so I think that's a little Easter egg for a later game or something.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Because don't forget, like, this case was made, like, pretty much this case was made after, like, trials and tribulations and everything. So pretty much in this case, like, not only are there Easter eggs to the previous cases, but there'll also be Easter eggs to, like, you know, cases that, like, you know, for those that played the game in the, for those that have played the original trilogy in the Japanese version, will actually recognize. While those that just got this game and everything, they'll be getting some Easter eggs that they'll be seeing in later, in pretty much in future games and such.
Is that picture in the original version of the case on the DS?
I don't know if it's like the original portion and such, but I do know that, like, you know, the character itself will actually, yeah, pretty much the character itself will actually be seen in the very next game, in the very next case, actually.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Funny, they look like normal lockers.
These are the latest models. There's a trick to the handles, see?
The handles?
On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it,
Zap, you get shot.
if that's what happened, my hand will be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
Interesting. Alrighty, well, now we got information on the lockers themselves. Alrighty. Let's talk about extras real quick.
I always believe in Mr. Edgeworth no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth,
1 second.
Go ahead, take your time. Sorry about that, Mr. Wright. I'm about ready to order a pizza. I'm about ready to test my theory. If I could kill the pizza, if I could kill the delivery boy and everything.
Wait, what?
Pretty much remembering the last try, where pretty much like Evan was thinking like so if I order pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy?
Yeah, I remember that.
And that's basically the joke. Pretty much like while you're gone and everything. I'm just getting ready to put that theory to the test.
All right, there we go. Ready to go now. All right.
so Mr. Edgeworth with the inquiry committee now. It's with the inquiry committee now, right?
They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today.
Let's see.
I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case.
That case.
Yeah, that case, the SL9 incident, of course. Not to be confused with the DL6 that came before it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much. Honestly, it's kind of a little fitting on how DL6 and SL9 that does sound a little bit close when you say it out loud.
Yeah, but they're completely different cases.
I mean, yeah, completely different, and we're actually going to see that in the very next session, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
Maybe we can tell us more about the case. Alright, well, let's show him.
By the way, where's Justin? By the way, where's Justin?
Apparently ESM is still not here, so I think I have a feeling it's just probably going to be you and me again. So either probably you got his hands tied with something else again.
Yeah, I almost didn't make it, but last minute I decided, you know what? Since he's alone, I might as well join him. I don't want him to stream alone because it's not fun streaming alone. What was that?
I know. I was just saying thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Detective Goodman's note, and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone.
Because of the SL9 connection?
That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, 2 years ago.
So it might have been 19, I think.
Okay, well, actually, don't forget. This case in general, okay. So this case in general, pretty much we're already past 2016. So right now in this case takes place in 2017. So 2 years ago, pretty
20.
much that will be 2015 for Edgeworth. And pretty much this is when Phoenix was getting ready to become a lawyer, but he still wasn't there just yet. So pretty much at that point, Edgeworth would have been about around 23 or either around 23 or still 24, depending on when his birthday is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared.
But why would evidence for that case turn up now?
I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left of that case.
Well, let's talk about it real quick.
Now, that was a bloody violent case.
Violent? So it was a murder?
A serial killing.
A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all.
But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him.
And this was 2 years ago?
That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight, and started the rumor mill.
Rumors? About forged evidence?
It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
That was perfect. Wow, that was perfect. Wow.
Thank you, Emma. Apparently, mine's been starting to rub off on me a little bit.
Just the delivery that I got it right. That was awesome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see?
So the Switchblade knife?
The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself.